All right, we are 10 seconds out. And the opener is 38 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, daddy. Ah!
Once upon a time in the future. At midnight tomorrow, billionaire Eleazar Kane will launch his New Eden missile to bring on another ice age. After mankind is extinct, Kane will reanimate the pairs of all Earth's animals he keeps frozen in his ark and create his vision of paradise. 1 hour ago, 2 workers escaped from the New Eden compound and are racing to tell the police about Kane's master plan.
Hello, welcome to the worst movie ever made, an experimental movie podcast designed with one thing in mind: to find the worst movie ever made. I'm your host, Chris Ockman. I'm joined by my co-host, film and scientist, Rob Scucci. Bob Hasek. Hey guys, how are you? And why are we doing Theodore Rex?
We are doing Theodore Rex because we're trying to answer the ages-old question of what does Whoopi Goldberg's muff smell like after being wrapped in tight leather for 90 minutes?
Good God.
I'm doing horrible. Bob, how are you?
Jesus Christ.
I'm regretting my suggestion because Chris mentioned this movie like, I don't know, a month or two ago. And after Christmas break, I'm like, yeah, let's just do that. Yeah. Like an idiot. And here I am regretting that choice.
Uh-huh. Why would you do that?
But we had to start the new year with a bang, and this is definitely a bang.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
All right, so I'm going to play the bumper, and then do you want to explain this cavalcade of fossilized doo-doo? I couldn't think of anything clever. All right, here we go.
T-Rex turd?
Bob, what are you doing over there? Explain yourself. While you're at it, explain the movie.
It's a long alliteration, Rob. I apologize for your typing fingers. There we go. Dinosaur detective devours desserts, discovers a dinoside, and defeats delinquent dicks.
Yes. Like dinoside, like homicide, but for dinosaurs, right?
Hey, those are their words, not mine. So I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
You know what soundbite we need when Bob finishes that? We need a chorus of children just going, "Yay!"
Yeah. I'll get it for next week.
Sick.
You gotta remind me though, or I won't get it for next week. But I'll try getting it next week.
Put it on a randomizer with booze, like just so you never know what's gonna come next.
Yeah, I'm down. I like it.
All right, here we go. Teddy Rex, an anthropomorphic dinosaur, lives among humans and other dinosaurs.
Of course,
works with the police in some capacity, then becomes a detective in order to solve a murder case or dinocide. And at the same time, or should I say, around the same time, an evil billionaire who actually created Teddy somehow wants to create another ice age and wipe out humanity? ? Whoopi Goldberg shows up as another police officer. She's involved. And there's a female dinosaur who looks exactly like the male dinosaur.
Yes.
And somehow there's a resolution at the end that ends with the billionaire not creating an ice age, but being pinned for the murder of the dinosaur. It really is all very confusing and not worth the watch. Now, I have an addendum related to our opening.
Okay.
Test audiences, which were included children, were so confused by the story after they watched the movie that they added that opening scroll before final release.
I figured they would. Yeah, that seems to be par for the course, except for like Star Wars, which like they knew what they were doing, but it's an epic, so they wanted to set you up. Yeah. Most of the time, there's an exposition dump like that. It just means like it's not a good movie.
Yes. That was the guy that they call on every time when they can't get James Earl Jones. It's like Jimmy E. Johnson or something. It's like once upon a time in the future. It's like always a really shitty script he has to read.
The cybernetic ghost of Christmas Past from the future and Goblox and Turkatron from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, they'd always go like thousands of years ago in the future when they tell their like long-winded stories.
Yeah.
That just reminded me of that immediately.
Tomorrow, but 1,000 years in the future.
That reminds me of this incredibly long story.
All right, let's go to the best YouTube comment.
Sure. This YouTube comment makes me wanna. Oh, it makes me wanna. Oh my god, it makes me wanna. So this is an imaginary conversation between whoever made the comment and Rex. So I'll read it as an exchange between me, in quotes, and Rex. So me. And there's no punctuation except for ellipses, like very long ellipses. Me. I've know you and I know who you are, ... And it scares me to say it. Rex. I'm just Theodore Rex, buddy. I'm just a Rex. Me. ... Sephiroth. Rex. ... The reunion of despair, comma, is upon us. Me. 0 low _0, which is like a wide-eyed, emoticon. ... Oh no.
That's it.
No,
yes.
Was this for the movie or the trailer?
This was for the movie that we ripped the video from so we can do clips.
That's hilarious.
I don't know what any of that means. Someone's off their meds or something. But normally you can normally there's a loose association you could like connect, like the 6 degrees of separation or whatever. But I'm lost, or I'm just so like I don't get the reference. Yeah.
No, so, I'm lost too.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe someone out there gets it. If you get it, why don't you just email us?
Yeah, go to www.theworstmovieevermade.com, click the little envelope, and then pop us off a little email, and then we'll reply to it.
Yeah, and that's going to take you a couple minutes. So while you're doing that, why don't we throw that to test number 1? Ain't that a pitch?
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth!
My job sucks.
Well, I'm sold. That's a pitch.
Who's starting? It's been a couple weeks.
Shit, it's been so long, I forget. Damn it.
I want to say you went last, Bob.
Last?
Like last time we did this, he went first. So that means I'll go. Me, Chris, Bob. Want to do that? Or all right.
I think I went last time.
This one might be a stretch, and I'm not sure if you guys will remember it or get it. But if you do, you'll be delighted. Dinosaur with cookie shooting contraption. Washed up cop doesn't want this partnership to happen. Frozen fish DNA ushers in a new ice age. Why is Top Dollar getting in on the action?
Top Dollar.
He's the evil guy, the ringleader in The Crow with the long hair, like the vampirically long hair.
Oh,
you lost.
And one of the henchmen, I think it was Edge, looked just like Top Dollar from The Crow.
Yeah. Well, no, I see it now, but I've only seen The Crow one time.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely wasn't him because Edge was Bud Cort. He's one of my favorite 70s, 80s actors.
No, I had to look it up.
The fact that he signed up for this movie was bad news.
My search history on Google says, was Top Dollar in Theodore Rex? Like Google would know what I'm asking.
Yeah, sorry, Rob. I didn't remember that because I only saw The Crow the one time for our the most mediocre movie ever made podcast.
Yeah.
All right, let's.
Yeah. Okay.
It's me now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoopi Goldberg has all the luck. Her career survived a movie like Howard the Duck. It must be because the real reason was she and the dinosaur didn't fuck.
Yeah.
Saw that rhyme coming a mile away.
Yeah. What rhymes with uck? What's a shorter, pithier word for intercourse?
Yeah, that's I had to look it up. How to rhyme Howard the Duck?
Yeah. I bet you did.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to see your search history now. All right. I rhymed. I rhymed poorly. Here we go. This film's failure was appropriately shouldered by the poor performance of Whoopi Goldberg. Teddy the T-Rex tries teamwork while Whoopi wastes writer's work. And what we're left with is a dino's big old turd.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Not terrible.
I rhymed Goldberg with big old turd.
I'm going to go Chris because you mentioned another episode that can be found at www.theworstmovieevermade.com. And you also alluded to bestiality. So I feel like you really checked off all the boxes here.
I will echo that. 4.
I did not bring up Bob's Jizz bucket, but I still think I deserve that 4 star. Hey, all right, let's start.
Is that on the bucket? It says Bob's.
It just says jizz in block letters. It's like a picture of your smiling face.
And every audience member at home has one, and they just check it off. We don't even have the bingo card. It's just one bucket.
It's one bucket.
When it comes up, they just check it.
Yeah.
All right, let's start to test number 2. This is the most offensive.
Yeah.
A day without sex is a day wasted, man.
The most offensive.
Okay. Hey, we haven't done this one in a while, but worst movie welcomes back world-ending genocide.
Wait.
5.
Oh yeah.
Worst movie welcomes back
world-ending genocide.
All right.
Yep.
Which actually doesn't happen, but there was a stretch there, like 2 seasons, where every other movie we were talking about like an entire planet getting wiped away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but we're back.
Yeah.
Woo! All right, first clip of the day, guys. This is number
4.
This is recycling.
Well, thank you, Miss Rex. You were so beautiful. I mean, you were so helpful.
Yo, Faye, won't you come to Oliver's recycling here tomorrow?
Wait a minute. You said you didn't know he was dead, and suddenly now you're having the funeral? I find that a bit odd.
Nope. Speedy funerals are a dino custom.
Yeah. Could you ixnay on the funeral aid, please?
Yeah, get the breath out of my
it's
face.
Funeral Faye.
I'll be outside. Excuse me.
Yeah. Like I said, if you think of anything...
Oh, I will definitely get a hold of you.
Listen, just call me Teddy.
Teddy, I'll see you at the funeral.
I gotta get some air. Excuse me. I really gotta go. I'll call ya. See ya.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
So what do I talk about first? How horrendous that clip was that you just watched for the first time, because you definitely didn't watch this. You're just a fan of pod and you're watching the YouTube. Or the fact that they were discussing having a romantic meetup.
Yeah.
Directly following the funeral of her husband.
Grief is weird, man. So,
apparently, it's expedited in dino culture, because Whoopi's like, wait a minute, like you just found out and now you're gonna have a wake.
She has every right to be suspicious in that.
Yeah, I agree. I think in any detective, I felt like Whoopi was onto something there. Turns out not at all.
Yeah.
That was just, and then the dinosaur, Molly was her name, I think, right? Molly.
Yeah, she's like the lounge singer, right? Something like that. Yeah.
She's like, nope, that's your logic, and you, the audience, are wrong, because dinosaurs have very fast funerals. Just poof.
Word gets around.
Alakazam. Yeah. All right. Well, those are the 2 things that I had a problem with. Number
3.
I didn't like the T-Rex trash receptacle transport.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know what really bugged me about that?
That he was not a officer at the beginning of the movie, but rather a lowly PR guy, but for some reason that they throw in that line where it was paid for by taxpayer money, as if he had some sort of significant official capacity that he worked in, even though he was pretty low on the totem pole.
Well, I mean, that bothered me also. But there was still garbage in it.
Yeah, there was.
There was still garbage in the trash truck that they're driving around town. If you're going to give that to your cops, you got to at least take the garbage out of it. And why was that in evidence anyway? Compound vehicles for having been a drug dealer's car that is unregistered or something, but a dump, a garbage truck. How does that work?
I don't know.
Then Rex has to get into it, but there's literally giant bag garbage in the back.
And there's a whole There's a whole mechanical aspect where like it swings open so he can like fold his tail in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's his own car. That's his own car.
Oh yeah. No, that was taxpayer money because he crashes his own car, which is why they ride the garbage truck.
Right.
That's true. They did provide him with like a cop vehicle, and I know that because Whoopi pulls up later with the like, it looks like the San Diego Chargers like colors.
Yeah.
You know? Van, which is weird. Anyway,
Very
okay.
confusing.
Yeah, I agree. Number
2.
I think if you follow me here, you might like this one. This is Untamed Tail, tappin tooshies.
Yeah, he does cop feels with his posterior end quite a bit.
Yes, he does.
He does.
A lot.
He does. It makes me wonder how many nerve endings he's got on the end of that thing.
It's probably hella sensitive.
Really got an idea for that cheek in the ballroom. But he's also like knocking shit over all the time, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's like little statues and pots and stuff he's knocking over. And I just thought it made him all the more obnoxious. Like if you like we want there to be like the opposition to the prejudice against him. And that opposition is him being an intelligent creature. And people shouldn't be judging a Rex by his scales or whatever. But instead, he's just a total moron, and I hate him.
It just made me not root for him at all.
It undermines his entire mission statement.
So yeah. I hated him so much. Okay, number
1.
Here's the other most offensive clip, and this one's actually pretty fucking offensive.
Yeah.
This is you people.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
I thought you people, you know, ate meat.
I'm kind of on a wagon. You know, it's not like the old days, Katie, with the herds of duckbills roaming through the plains.
Yeah, and you guys were eating them all.
Oh, and you humans are such a deal, huh? The only time you softskins seem to pay attention to other creatures is to shoot them, eat them, or wear them. Am I right? Are you listening to me?
I'm sorry. You just don't... What is he doing? I mean, it's a whole thing.
We don't get out much, do we?
No, I don't.
Great.
I'm just gonna see what I can find out in the rest of the room. I gotta get out of his eyesight. He's making me nervous.
Fine.
Check her out.
Go freshen up.
All right.
So this was the Theodore Rex equivalent of like the young black cop blasting hip hop, but like the older white cop playing country, and they're like fighting over the radio dial.
I guess so. Yeah.
You know, I think that's the they're not so different. You know, we're not so different, you and I, even though you're a pavement pounding young.
I guess they were going for the buddy cop dude. You know?
Yeah,
they were, but what didn't age well was you people.
Yeah,
that didn't.
I couldn't agree more. They were going for some like white man's burden, reverse racism.
Yep, that's exactly what they were doing,
and it did not work at all. Because like, I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like if dinosaurs were like people, if they were like animorph style, two feeders like us, they would also have different races. Like a T-Rex and a Stegosaurus would be different races. So it could be like reverse racist to an entire new like.
I'm not sure. I'll ask my 3-year-old tomorrow because he's obsessed with dinosaurs, and he might be able to clarify.
Yeah, ask him. Like if like a T-Rex was a person and a Stegosaurus was a person, would they be the same race?
Or would it be like
Because I don't think so.
Would it be like American, Canadian, Mexican, German?
I
Italian,
I feel like the T-Rex would be American because like there was a lot of T-Rex bones found in America. But like, the Stegosaurus would have been like Asian, because like they were found in Asia, and plus like the the eyes
and the Triceratops would have been like Nordic because they look kind of like Viking helmets.
No, what would have been funny is if when after he called her a soft skin, she should have had a slur to go back at him like dinners or something like that.
Yeah, Scaleback.
Yeah, Scaleback. Something about his arms. She should have been like doing this or something. Jesus. That's all right. Okay. Anyway, Rob, why don't we throw it to your ad read before we get canceled?
Cool. This isn't gonna help.
Payoffs and greed
were always the priority of my company. Like many companies. I'm afraid of going to prison. They now know my crimes.
Speaking of greed, here's Rob's ad read.
Today's episode of The Worst Movie Ever Made is brought to you by your already failed New Year's resolution. Already skipping leg day at Planet Fitness? How's that low-carb diet going? Dry January already dripping with regret? Look at you, you miserable fuck. Thought you could change your life because the calendar changed? You're pathetic. That custom-made acoustic guitar that you bought with your Christmas bonus to fuel your midlife crisis has already collected a thick layer of dust, and I'll bet you can't even play hot cross buns yet. You stupid, dumb, probably smelly loser. You know what you need? You need a hot dog. You need a hot dog at 3 a.m. You need to heat it up on the radiator and age it on the windowsill until it reaches a state of pungency that will make your skin crawl before you sink your teeth into the mysterious casing and swallow the mechanically separated meat one sinewy slurp at a time. You're gonna die like this. Hot dogs at 3 a.m. Suffer.
Damn.
New Year, same sponsor. We love it.
Thanks, Hot Dogs at 3 a.m. for helping us out.
So
financially.
My resolution was to spend more time with my kids, drink less, eat healthier, just generally be a better man. You're right. Here I am drinking Miller Lite, still podcasting, and
I'm drinking Coke Zero out of a tumbler that I didn't rinse the coffee from, so it just tastes like shit.
This is zero. This has like 120 calories in there.
Yeah.
That's not bad. But yeah, my wife sent me a picture of me today that she took candidly, and I was like, Jesus Christ, I am a whale.
Oh, was it like a side shot, like a side profile of you sitting?
Yeah, one of
those are the worst.
Yeah, exactly. And I wasn't expecting it, so like my belly was like not tight, So,
if I stand up and suck it in, I don't look half bad. But when I'm like sitting, I'm like a fucking potato, man. It's not cool. It's not cool.
When I'm standing in front of a mirror and I'm flexing, I still have like 4 abs up there. It's just the problem is I've got this like big like donut underneath.
You're imagining like the peck dancing that you could do with your mind,
well,
and then
I can sort of, but
But then you just jump and it just like jiggles like a lava lamp.
Yeah, exactly. I can still make them dance, but they dance a little more vigorously than I wish they would.
Yeah, same.
Once I give it a squeeze, then there's more reverb than I asked for.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's throw it to test number 3. This is the worst dialogue.
Can we talk about movies again?
No, I'm out of here.
Oh, sure. Yeah, sorry about it.
No, because we're talking about this movie. We're trying to get away from
Mr. Hardbody Bob over there.
Hardbody Bob. Doing his kettlebell
As much
exercise.
as I love it, it's still some of the worst dialogue. This is the worst dialogue.
Mr. Grilled Chicken General Tso's today. Oh my God, I ate 400 calories in General Tso's. I feel like such a stuff. All right, number.
I'm laughing to stall because I don't. Here we go.
5. This is offline.
Sure.
What?
Are you hit?
No, I'm just playing. Are you hit?
I'm not exactly hit. I'm offline and I'm down, so I think you're on your own here.
All right. Give me your gun.
I can't.
What?
I can't.
Katie, give me your gun. This is no time to play around. Give me it.
You might have been right. It kills me to say this. You might have been right. Use something a little better than a gun.
No, Katie, look. All this time you've been telling me a good cop uses a gun, right? So what are you telling me now?
I was wrong. Your brain. Use your brain.
All right.
Blow my fucking
brains
brains
over
out.
bullets.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Hey, partner.
Wait a minute. You said the P word.
Yeah, I did. Good luck, okay?
Yeah. You too, partner. I'm going after Kane.
I have a theory about this exchange. It's
Whoopi is like,
no
combine them. She's like trying to tell him to combine the brain and the gun.
All right, so
Is that
I'm sorry if I ruined fact or no fact, Bob, but I don't think it's a mystery
Definitely
that Whoopi Goldberg did not want to be in this movie. Like you could,
really?
There's a whole thing.
Well, I'm not surprised.
She walked around and talked so unenthusiastically. I think they shoehorned a line about her being a robot into the third act to explain why she has no soul or light behind her eyes.
Yeah. So this was one of those studio contract movies where she was like already signed on to do like
worse. I'll wait till later. I don't want to get too deep into that.
What was the one where she's
in my work
Sister Act?
It's in my worst production. I'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. Well, I like that. But the dinosaur's like Teddy is like I'm hit, and she's like, "Are you hit?" And he's like, "No, not really. I'm just pretending." You know, which is supposed to be a joke because he really was shot by a gun, and then that doesn't matter at all anymore. She was shot like 3 times.
Yeah.
And she's like, "No, I'm not hit. I'm just offline." It was just so confusing and fucking stupid. And then like, don't use your gun, use your brain. They did not establish her being like so like hard on the like every good cop has a gun thing, and like him being like, no, it's a brain thing. You know what I mean? They didn't do any of the work, and then they try to pay it off here, and it's just really flat and terrible. And like, really bothered me. Number
4 yard.
Speaking of her being robotic, this is BioWare.
I reconstructed a little gizmo myself.
It's a butterfly?
It's a replica. It carries an explosive device in its body. It explodes on contact with the victim. The work of a real artiste.
Nasty.
Now, where would our killer get a weapon like this?
Only one name comes to mind. In techno-kill circles, he's known as the Toy Maker.
Toy Maker?
So where do we find him?
He runs a dead storage company as a cover. It's called Dragon Tail Dead Storage Company. Somewhere on the Ninja Grid. Good luck, Coltrane.
Thanks. Come on.
Time for a house call, huh, Katie?
Somewhere in the Ninja Grid. There's more. There's more.
Break! I thought you said you could drive.
Cannon.
So, this is Dragon Tail Dead Storage.
Yep. Download ambush avoidance.
What?
Ambush avoidance?
I didn't know you were BioWare.
Yeah. All guns are. We're implanted with biochips. You see this badge?
Yeah?
It's like a union label. We're more human than human. Let's go.
Hey, that must be classified information.
God, you're right. She does not give 2 shits.
No. Not at all.
Download ambush avoidance.
We're more human than human.
I like how the guy is like, oh, this dude that made this like butterfly bomb is in the techno-kill grid or techno-kill.
The Ninja Grid.
Genre?
The Ninja Grid.
Yeah, no, techno-kill genre in the Ninja Grid, and then of course because he's in the Ninja Grid, he's Asian.
Yeah, of course.
Because the only guy who's ever been a ninja that wasn't Asian is Christian Bale.
Yes.
All right, let's throw it to number...
And others.
3! Well, yeah, that too. This is Dinosaur.
Coltrane?
Summers?
Coltrane, there's been a homicide and your name came up.
Am I a suspect?
Actually, it was a dinoside. A dinosaur is dead.
Theodore Rex, meet Katie Coltrane.
Hi.
You two solved this case together.
Whoa, what?
Teddy's in public relations, but I'm field promoting him temporarily.
He's a dinosaur.
Come on, Coltrane. He graduated from the academy just like you did.
He's a dinosaur.
You're not a speciesist, are you? Get me results by prime time tomorrow, and I'll double your regular commissions.
He's a dinosaur. Come on.
Hey, Coltrane, straighten up and fly right. This is your chance for a comeback. Yeah. Don't blow it.
He's a dinosaur.
Look up. As long as we're partners, why don't we make the best of it, huh?
Dinosaur.
Yes, technically.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Such inspired writing.
He's a dinosaur, though.
Mm-hmm.
Dinocide. Bob, you mentioned it before. That's a homicide, right?
But for dinosaurs.
But it's dinosaurs instead. Yeah. Why does he grunt so much?
Because T-Rexes are naturally carnivores and he's eating nothing but cookies.
That's actually really.
He's fighting his wiring by like inputting like the inappropriate substance. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, that was spot on. Okay, number 2. This is Sexy Rexy.
Kill all the Wabbuts. Ella, this is not undercover. Push the button. Ella, undercover, por favor, please. Oh, kala, shaka, undercover. Now! Mahalo!
He's a cop. You gotta make him look like a real cop.
Oh,
Ella.
I'm getting a wee bit of breeze in my lowlands, lassie. Work with me, will ya?
I think this will do fine.
Yeah, you look good. You look like a real cop.
I'm too sexy for my clothes. Where are we going?
Because when I think cop, I think someone wearing a zip-up hoodie and jeans.
Yeah, same here. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so what was wrong with that, Chris? What was the worst about
I
that?
just was wondering, was Dinosaur voiced by Dana Carvey? Because there was a lot of really shitty accents.
Yeah.
That was not funny at all. Nowhere close to funny, and pathetic attempt at humor. And I thought that I would display it for our listening audience. If you laughed at that, please unsubscribe and never watch our YouTube again. How about number
1?
Yeah, well, don't worry, no one did.
You know what? Fuck it.
This is Dino.
I'm not playing
Doctor.
the Tears for Fears. Dino Doctor, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I've
I
seen him
remember.
around, but I didn't know him personally.
Can I help you?
Yeah. Grid police, who are you?
Dr. Armitage, head dinosaurologist.
Hi.
Hi. He's a detective?
For now.
Katie.
Let's cut to the chase. What do you have on the victim?
He died of an explosion close to his snout. I really have not had a chance to look at him.
Ooh, excuse me.
Doctor, may I?
Help yourself.
Thank you.
May you what?
Help yourself.
Religion.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you have it. Grunting Elmo-sounding dinosaur from Sesame Street there. Bob texted the group, and he was like, hey, just so you guys know, this movie says dinosaurologist.
Yeah.
And then something like, fuck you, Chris. And
it was like midnight on. It was like midnight on like New Year's Day. It was like some.
Yeah.
It was like some out of pocket time where it's like Bob's just sitting by himself, seething with rage, like, and he has to text us.
And I was like, dinosaurologist, huh? I'm gonna have to remember that. And then it came up, and I was like, 100% the worst dialogue in the movie.
What Joey would say Ross does.
If you're a Friends fan, Aaron says it sounds like something that Joey said that Ross would do for a living. If you're a Friends
fan. And then he'd be like, I like sandwiches because that's an arbitrary food that could be any kind of food because I'm Joey.
Yeah, I always have a fork because I like to eat. Har. Okay, test number 4. This is the worst production.
My job sucks.
Yeah, so is your production, you skank.
I'm pretty sure Bobby said that shit out. Bob said that. Not me.
I did too. Double down, baby.
Oh, Rob also did.
Yeah. All right, so where's production? Let's go.
Did I just hear a middle finger?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I think whenever it was recorded.
Okay, worst production. Uninspired lead.
Yeah.
Oh,
no surprise. So here we go. Here's the backstory. Whoopi Goldberg originally signed on to do this for $5 million. Then soon realized what a pile of poo it was and tried backing out. while she was trying to back out, the production company sued her for $20 million. Like, for breaching contracts. So she settled out of court to agree to star, but for an additional $2 million. So she's obviously not into the role. She's so flat, it makes Neil Breen's acting look inspired. And Whoopi has actually stated, and this is not that long ago, this is like 6 years ago, she stated this is the only movie she ever regrets making.
Yeah.
And quote, she said, quote, "It made no sense for anyone to like it."
Yeah, she did say that. Here's the thing.
She was in Sister Act 4, The Return of Jesus.
Well, this was actually right after Sister Act 2. So she was like high popularity.
She was hot.
Really
Whoopi was a hot ticket.
She was.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about that. We might talk about that in the catch-all a little
bit. Well, here's an addendum related to the release. We talked about why it was straight to video. So this was intended as a fall theatrical release, and there were production problems and post-production problems, so it was pushed to Christmas. Then they couldn't compete with the stuff that came out that Christmas, so they pushed it to the spring, and theaters were like, the production company basically said, we can't put it in theaters. It has to go straight to video. And at the time, it was the most expensive direct-to-video release ever made.
It's like $30 million.
Most expensive.
Yeah.
$35 million. Yeah. The most, I think it's the second most ever in history, but the most expensive at that time.
You know what's funny, just to add to your point, Bob, is so it was like New Line Cinema or whoever, or the producer sued her for like $20 million. That means he was operating under the assumption that this movie would make at least that much back. So he was suing her for damages because he didn't have the star power he needed to sell this movie.
Yeah. Right.
Well, they couldn't get Jamie Kennedy, so.
Yeah, they couldn't get Jamie Kennedy to play Whoopi's part.
Well, settle for Whoopi.
When they first wrote the movie, they wrote for Whoopi's part to be a guy played by Kurt Russell. And that changed.
God.
That would have been badass.
It would have been better.
Yeah.
I think it was Kurt Russell. It was someone like that. I forget who it was, but that sounds about right for the time it came out.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Right. I'm trying to think, it was 94?
94, 95.
Something like that. 95, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what was like the Santa Claus. Like, what was the huge that like pushed it out?
Yeah. Toy Story?
I mean, if it was 94, that was a big year for movies.
Yeah.
But 95 could have been, could have been Toy Story, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
Forrest Gump.
All right. Let's start to test number 5, the worst acting.
He killed himself! He killed himself!
You can keep saying the words, but your acting cannot get any better. This is the worst acting.
All right.
Chris is having a sensory overload.
One.
Wait, hold on. Priority.
1.
Elephants, lions, whales, now raccoons. Katie, what's happening to the world?
I ask myself that same question all the time. What are you doing up so late?
Dad said I can help him out tonight. He should be here any minute. You know, it's about time you two meet.
You're just relentless, aren't you?
Coltrane, report to New Eden Foundation, grid 2120. Priority 1.
Forget it. I'm off, remember?
Yeah, priority 1. Your car's on the way.
All right, thanks. Do me a favor, catch up with my little buddy, take him up to my apartment and give him something to eat.
Sure. Can you swing by the playground tomorrow? It's a surprise.
I'm not real good with surprises.
Oh, Katie.
All right. I'll try.
Katie.
I'll be there if I can.
Tomorrow.
I'll try really hard.
Okay, see ya.
That's funny. That's Whoopi Goldberg trying really hard.
I mean, for $7 million, you can at least pretend like you give a shit.
For real, for $7 million.
I'd do that for like $50K. Pretend like I give a shit.
Honestly, especially in 1995, $7 million.
Yeah.
If you want to give me $1,000 right now, I will act my ass off in your movie.
Yeah, honest to God.
Yeah,
it's serious. The kid's worse though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
About the same.
Chris, no audio, Chris. Check.
Uh-oh.
Can you jiggle your microphone cable, Chris? I lost you. All right. While he's freezing up, I'm gonna get ready for clip number 2. Now, here's some preamble here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, here you go.
Yes.
All right.
Yay!
So, for clip number 2. So Chris sends me these clips ahead of time, and then I render them down so we can use them on the soundboard. And I went a little long on number 2, not knowing that number 3 is this little thing that Chris likes to do when he wants to keep the runtime for his clips at a minute apiece, but he wants to capture 2 minutes of the movie. So there might be some overlap between 2 and 3 because I didn't know that because I was too short-sighted in my surveying of the clips.
Well,
so this is called "What Are We Doing, Guys?" 1.
And now, my reptilian relations, like your claws for the bodacious, cretaceous, Mesozoic mama, Miss Molly Rex.
Come on, let me cling on to you like a vine. Make that low-down music trickle up your spine. Baby, I could warm you with this heart of mine. I'm no angel. I'll take your blues, stop down your troubles, rock you with the steady bow. Here's your collection of my affection. You're my new ace in the hole. Let me hug you now before the night is gone. Come on, flag this joint so we can carry on. I can make you heaven while the shades are drawn.
All right, so do you want to do clip number 3,
Yes, please.
which is called "What Are We Doing, Guys?" 2. It's another minute, by the way.
Come on, honey, thrill me like a midnight breeze. Don't care how you do it, babe, just so you please. Take my kisses till your weary heart's at ease. I'm no angel. I'll take your blues, stop down your troubles, love you with the heart and soul.
Still going. Imagine being in a theater with your family.
It was direct-to-video.
Imagine being in a direct-to-video with your family.
Not tonight, baby.
I'm going to quickly palate cleanse with an abuser. This is 6 seconds long, and I think we need it. This one's called "Nice to Meet You."
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right.
Okay. All I want to say about those two combined clips is imagine a T-Rex with huge tits.
Let me read that. Imagine
That's it.
T-Rex with huge tits. Okay.
It's a pretty funny visual for me. Anyway, just like you're like looking up at this 20-foot tall like female T-Rex, and she just like comes down and like forces you to motorboat her.
And her name's like Trixie Vava Voom Rex or something.
Yeah.
But her arms are too short to grab your head, so she has to just like force her.
She has to force her chest on you. Yeah.
Number 4. This is not a cop.
What is this place? Where are we?
This is Kane's Ark at Frozen Zoo. He's mad. He wants to play God or something. Kane! forgive you. Teddy, come with me.
I can't. Teddy, you're not a cop. You can't be what you're not. Come with me.
No! You dropped the gun! You hear me?
That's it.
Yeah.
Still going. Still going, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. Totally fucking uninspired. Everything about it. This movie is uninspired. Flat, failing, just a total fart. I hated it. But while we're on the F train, let's throw it to fact or no fact.
Needles creep me out, you know.
Oh, one little prick and you'll wake up in paradise.
Terrific.
Let's go ahead.
Damn it, that's a catch-all.
Oh, by the way, are you seeing another therapist now?
Is it really?
No.
Yeah, we can still address
There
it.
is no one else.
Are you sure about that?
I am not seeing any other therapists.
Sounds like Bob Foolery.
There are no other therapists.
Fact. Or no fact.
All right, fact or no fact is a game, and you guys are gonna find the lie out of a few other facts. I think someone's gonna win this one because there wasn't a whole lot of information about this movie other than the fact that Whoopi didn't want to do it and she was sued. Like there was a whole bunch of information about like how bad the production was, but not a whole lot of like interesting things. Here we go. All
right,
I'm gonna read you 5 things. First one.
Wait, did you have a name for this?
Oh, I did. Oh, shoot. Let me scroll up. Yes. Theodore Rex is the movie, and I called this Even More Perplexed.
All right. I like it.
Nice.
There you go. Okay. First fact, or no fact. Actors would be stressed out because the director would constantly rewrite the script. Okay, second one. During the production of the film, Whoopi Goldberg and Richard Roundtree, that's Shaft, he played the chief, began dating.
Okay.
Okay, third one. Whoopi Goldberg's business partner at the time was banned from the set and then fired as her business partner. Okay, fourth one. Whoopi's nickname for one of the producers was Motherfucker, which is what she called him when she would pass by.
Okay.
Wow.
And the last one. Crew members quit consistently between pre-production and principal photography.
These are all incredibly believable, Bob.
Yeah.
Actors would be stressed out because the director constantly rewrote the script. I mean, I find it hard to believe this was rewritten. I feel like this guy just like got fucking wasted in front of a typewriter and then just snorted coke to stay awake to power through it before submitting it to the producers. During the production, Goldberg and Roundtree began dating. I mean, maybe. Business partner was banned from the set and then fired as her partner. I mean, maybe. She was nicknamed Motherfucker. I want to believe that. Crew members quit consistently between.
Did she nickname someone Motherfucker, or was she nicknamed?
She called the director Motherfucker in passing, which earned her the nickname Motherfucker. Oh, yeah. Is that correct? Yeah. So she called people that, and then they're like, that's her nickname because she called them that? Oh.
No, she called one of the producers Motherfucker, and as she walked by him every day, she just called him Motherfucker.
Oh, got it. I believe it. And people quit between pre-production and principal. I'm going to call bullshit at number 1 because I don't think the amount of confidence that went into something so shitty with this much of a budget, I find it hard to believe it went through rewrites. I think they just like spit it out and we're like, okay, let's do this. And they're like, okay. Which would then lead to the lawsuit because she backed out of like her agreement. Because, yeah, so number 1. I think number 1's the lie.
I'm between number 2 and number 4. I feel like Goldberg dating anyone on set is unlikely.
I feel like Goldberg dating anybody is unlikely.
Yeah. And giving the nickname Motherfucker to a director, even if it's Whoopi Goldberg, seems a little bit of a stretch to me. So I don't know. The crew quitting consistently also sounds like Bob's gonna be like, oh, actually, that was the room.
Yeah.
Where the crew quit consistently, and I'm gonna be like, "That's not fair."
That was the room. I'm not gonna deny that, but that's not where I got that.
Cool.
I believe the motherfucker one because Whoopi's had some hot mic moments, so like it's not out of character.
Definitely,
if that helps you make a decision.
All right, let's go. Number 2. Goldberg was not dating the director, the producer, the guy, anyone.
I don't know.
Anyone ever.
Actor.
Yeah.
Hey, she was married like 3 or 5 times. Like she's been around.
Oh, she's a catch, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
well, we're gonna talk about it.
Okay, so yes, Rob, sorry, the actors were stressed out because the director would constantly rewrite the script as they went on.
Okay.
But here's the funny part. They were relieved by Whoopi. Like she was like the comic relief of this production. Like everyone was happier with
just
her.
so happy she was there. Yeah.
It's very weird.
I couldn't imagine being in
especially since she wasn't happy she was there.
Yeah. I can't imagine being in such a dark place that Whoopi Goldberg's presence would lift my spirits.
That's really funny. Okay, a few years later, not in this movie, she dated one of the guys in the movie, but this was not the one. So yes, Chris, I know. Look at him.
Yes.
He's trembling. He's not happy. Yeah. So she dated a guy. I forget his name. Frank Langella, I think. He's in a lot of movies, and they dated for like a year after they were in a movie together, but that didn't last. Whoopi Goldberg's business partner, Larry Finch, was banned from the set. And actually, he was quoted as saying, "This was the worst deal in which I've ever been involved."
Wow.
7 million. Yeah.
Yeah. Whoopi's nickname for one of the producers was Motherfucker, and every time she passed him, she said Motherfucker.
Right.
Nice.
And crew members, they left constantly between pre-production and principal photography. Between the drama with Whoopi Goldberg and the stress of getting the film off the ground, nearly half the crew was different from the first day to the last day.
Wow.
That's insane. That is the room level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is up there. And that is such a funny fucking episode of our show. You should check it out. But yeah. So you know what? I don't feel bad picking Theodore Rex. I feel like this belongs among the worst that we've ever done.
It belongs. It's right.
It belongs.
It's right at home here at www.theworstmovieevermade.com.
Yeah, agreed. All right, let's throw to the catch-all.
I can't believe you committed suicide. I cannot believe you committed suicide.
Are you catching all of this?
How could you have done this?
All right.
You know what I just realized is that I say let's throw it every single time. And I'm like really mad at myself for not having more vocabulary. All right, my number 5 is Whoopi looks half decent, but somewhat uncomfortable in that spandex.
Yes.
I've never thought of her as...
I agree with the latter part of that statement.
Yeah. I don't know. Spandex does wonders, man. Like
you know why her nickname is Whoopi?
And
she's gone on record.
No, and you don't really? You know this?
She was in like acting school and like she farted a lot, and they called them Whoopies. So like her name is a fart, which is why she's so unappealing. I just imagine her just like farting in that leather getup and just steaming herself.
No shit.
Steaming herself drippy with her farts.
Smell her dreads. Just years and years of soaking in fart.
Updraft.
the phrase.
The further you go down on those dreads.
I say the phrase "steaming herself drippy" is going to be floating around my head for way longer than it should be.
Steaming herself drippy. I figured it had something to do with I don't know, like once you said that, it sounded like a sex term, you know, like people used to make Whoopi. And I was like, wow, was she really like a skank back in like acting school? But no, apparently, like Whoopi.
No,
cushion.
she stated that her stage 4 name, Whoopi, was taken from a whoopee cushion. When you're performing on stage, you never really have time to go into the bathroom and close the door. So if you get a little gassy, you gotta let it go. So people used to say to me, "You're like a whoopee cushion."
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. So she didn't just hold it in like everyone else tries.
No,
to do.
she's fart incarnate.
Just let it. She is fart incarnate. All right, Bob, go ahead. You're number 5, please.
Yeah, my first one. It actually is chronological. Right at the beginning, in an apartment made for a dinosaur, just like his car.
Yeah.
That had a spot for his tail. Wouldn't the bathtub / shower be big enough to fit the tail? It's sticking out the whole time, and there's water splashing everywhere. It's like everything in his apartment was made for him except for the shower. It just didn't trend.
Custom made cookie
so
launcher.
You think the bottom? You think the bottom of his tail smells like the bottom of one of Whoopi's dreads? Then does it like literally never gets washed?
We already determined that it's hella sensitive.
That's true. We did. My number 4. Good thing Kane programmed in a nevermind button on the nuke.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why giant like world-ending villains always have a failsafe on their nuclear armaments. You know, like it's in the air. Like if they don't plan on turning back on the plan, then why bother programming in like once you launch the thing, it should just be world-ending. You know, there shouldn't be like let's just turn it off midstream out in gravity somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe they can only afford one world-ending device, and just in case like a better opportunity comes up, they want to be able to like pivot.
Well,
I'm giving it too much credit.
Or it was like it was made by Radio Shack, and you know, just has that programmed in, and there's nothing you can do about it. But
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, anyway, go ahead, Bob.
All right. Well, head dinosaurologist was already taken, so I'm going to go to my next one. As the sexy female T-Rex is walking through her dressing room, no one clipped this. Theodore says, "Wide load coming through."
He does say exactly that.
Does he say that?
I was there. I saw it.
He says so many things, and that one just got me.
Yeah.
Jesus.
If I make a trailer, that's going to be in it.
Yeah, not a way to endear yourself to the female in your life. My number 3. They should be hiding the dino movements, in my opinion.
Yeah,
they have the dino suit,
conspicuous.
Yeah, but they're literally flaunting how the dinosaur moves around as if it's good, and it just. Have you guys seen Dinosaurs, the old TV show that was? I don't know what. I think it was on Nickelodeon or something.
Yeah, it was great. That was good satire.
This was made after that by the same guy that designed the costumes. He designed these also.
I'm glad he got more work out of it. So that's good for him. But yeah.
But you know, like they did a lot of work to like put them behind counters and like, you know, hide the suits
to obscure the
because they do good.
Yeah. Right. You don't show like, whole bodies of puppets.
Exactly, which is why in like Muppet Christmas Carol, when Kermit is like, it was like the new like next level CGI when Kermit has legs, you know, which was like just a 10-second clip of him going behind the ice, because you don't show a puppet's legs because they look fucking terrible. And I thought that they should not be flaunting all the dinosaur movement. They should have been hiding it, but instead they were like, you know what, we're so proud of this project that we're going to show it off. It did not pay off. It made me want to vomit. Bob, go ahead.
So when Teddy's being chased and attacked by the red-eyed guys, why did his vehicle end up being covered in jizz? Like,
yeah, it's sensitive,
oh,
man.
No, the new jizz
hella sensitive.
That's what that tail slot was for.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I guess Rob's onto it. Maybe they
was
were
never
just hopping
explained.
onto the back of his. Yeah.
I don't get it.
Interesting. My number 2. When the long-haired bad guy Edge is driving the limo and they didn't know it, the other bad guys didn't know it. They were just like, "Oh!" I just thought that was really funny. I thought that Edge was gonna be like the bad guy who like outsmarts the other bad guys, but he's just working for them.
Yeah.
And somehow they had no idea that he was driving the limo.
Yeah. Who knows?
He's just like
Yeah.
he starts talking, and they're like,
Yeah.
"What?" It's very oddly placed and for no reason appearance of bad guy. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You already said one little prick and you'll wake up in paradise, which is worth repeating.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
I was gonna say those little red-eyed guys, like the henchmen, are very easily knocked unconscious by Whoopi. Like way too easily.
Yeah.
Like she just
Yeah,
makes
they really
makes a
were.
few arm swings and like 5 of them are knocked unconscious.
Yeah.
It really bothered me.
She was just slapping farts out with every motion, and they were just getting asphyxiated.
Silent but deadly.
Here's the thing that bugs me. Is like that's her nickname because she speaks in the second person, like letting people like this is a universal thing that happens to everybody. Like you don't have time to break away, and you just let her. And like, how come you're the only one that's ever been called Whoopi then? After all this time in acting and in the industry,
Yeah.
clearly
yeah,
you're an
really.
outlier in the sense that like you're doing it like at disproportionately high levels compared to your colleagues.
Yeah, like 8-10 times per day.
Per minute.
maybe.
But I digress. Go ahead, Chris.
I really want to like just scour all of her movies and see if we can catch one on film. Just for the pod. Can you imagine we're the ones to discover the Whoopi
Just a
part
sizzle
called-
reel of Whoopi sizzling. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the Lion King and she's like, "Don't come back. We'll be here waiting for you." My number
Lotus.
1, Daddy. Thank you, Rob. Theo presses the pad, like he smashes it. The like little keypad with his tail, and in so doing, he opens the cryo chamber in which Molly is frozen.
Yes.
The problem is, she just walks out.
Yes.
She was frozen, like literally
Yeah.
2 seconds ago, and she walks out. She was not defrosted. There is no like Austin Powers defrosting of Molly Rex. She just like waltzes out of the fucking chamber. Really bothered me. It is awful. It is lazy. Everything that you could hate about that scene, I did. So there it is. If you want to watch this movie, I strongly suggest that you don't. Just watch our clips. Watch our YouTube video again. Smash the subscribe button. Tell us how much you love us. Email us. Tell us, we're ugly and bad at our jobs. Whatever. Go ahead, Bob.
Hey, Spotify shows the clips too. It's a new world.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the truth.
This actually
He's right.
This actually goes back to one of my previous catch-alls. Like he said under his breath, wide load coming through. But that's the thing. They were non-stop. This has bothered me the whole fucking movie. There were non-stop dino asides. Like the dinosaur is constantly making under his breath side commentary, which just fills dead air, adds nothing. Though I think it was attempting comedy. I think it was, this is going to be funny. And it drove me crazy because it was just nonstop. Like his voice just kept going and going and going and going and never said anything funny, but they thought it was funny. And that was one of the examples. And that, I wrote that down like first, but I moved it to my number 1 because that made this intolerable. I will never watch this again.
No, I wouldn't either. It was Howard the Duck level, but I think Howard the Duck was better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Howard the Duck had Tim Robbins.
Yeah, and he's
true.
Good.
I thought this one did too for a little while, actually. There was a guy, and I was like, "That's Tim Robbins." And then I was like, no, that's not fucking Tim Robbins. All right, Rob, you got anything you want to add, or should we throw it to the back credit names where I'm just gonna have to read them?
Yeah, I was scrambling at the Google Drive. And I was like, I don't think you put him up there. But how does he afford his apartment? He's in like a top floor penthouse that overlooks the entire city.
It's
and
nice.
he hasn't been
Not a
deputized
square
yet. He's just like he's just a PR guy for like a police. Yeah, I don't know.
He supports a dog too.
Yeah, that bothered me.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
and a cookie shooter.
All right, so let's go ahead with his credit names.
Rob, you got any music you can play or something? And I'll just...
Leah, where are you? I've gone into the house and looked for you. You're not there.
These are not real names.
Leah, where are you? Pick up. Are you okay? Are you okay, Leah?
And whatever happened to Eddie was here.
I got it. Here. Read him over this.
Pons Mar. Bobby McGee. Spike Silver. And Queen Kong.
Nice.
You say Queen Kong?
Queen Kong.
Queen Kong. Yes.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah. Name credited here. And I thought Bobby McGee was really funny too, because the whole song.
Yeah. The song,
Yeah. Okay, that's what I had for back credit names. I don't know why I forgot to do it. I'm sorry, everyone. It wasn't in your normal format. Please don't drop us. Please keep listening. Subscribe. Offensive minigame?
Sometimes movies are just so offensive.
There are no other therapists
that could help me get over it. This is the offensive minigame.
Okay.
Dude, I'm totally holiday out of sorts. We're supposed to be doing what we're watching, but we'll do that after the offensive minigame since we did the bumper already. That's my fault. All right. Here you go, guys. Tuna in tap water or dead dino's skank wife.
Ooh. And when it comes to offensive, I think dead dino skank wife.
Dead dino skank wife for sure.
Okay.
Which is a great phrase.
Yeah, going in the write
up. Film only philanthropy or tail tappin' tooshies. Or tushy tappin' tail.
So that's a hard one.
Sexual philanthropy. I guess saying you're being philanthropic and not really doing it isn't as worse as sexually harassing someone, I guess.
Yeah. Making sexual harassment try to be funny is definitely more offensive.
True.
Yeah.
True. You people or Breen's buoy?
That's tough because one is racist adjacent, but the other one's Neil Breen's ballsack.
Just a ballsack.
It's back balls.
It doesn't matter though because T-Rex won 2 out of 3 so far.
It does.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my personal taste and say the ballsack's more offensive.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
it's like side boob, but ball
back ball. Back ball.
Ball back.
Back ball. Yeah.
Okay. So we're watching.
Okay, so Breen's buoy wins that one.
Yeah.
Side scrote.
Side scrote.
Side scrote. I feel like that should be the demerit for Double Down now, but too late. All right, let's throw it to what we're watching.
I'm kind of curious what the guys are watching other than videos about
government secrets.
This is what we're watching.
Right. Chris Bob.
I watched it. Yeah, I watched Deadpool and Wolverine finally.
Right.
I'm just out. I'm out. Yeah, I thought it was funny. It was funny. It did the job.
It's a buddy cop movie while we're on the subject, but like kind of done well in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, it's done pretty well. I got to give it to him. It's pretty funny. You kind of have to you have to know what's happening in that universe to really get it, But that's not an accomplishment either. So
yeah.
Also, have you guys seen Squid Game?
Nah, I gotta get into that.
I just know I know the lore.
You don't have to, but really, it's a psychological, like what people would do for each other and what they would do against each other. Like you'd be surprised by that human interaction. And that's fictional.
Yeah,
Mr. Beast's Beast Games.
I heard that's like a
video,
real life Squid Games based on how wrong it has gone.
Yeah. Basically, nobody kills each other. I don't know. I accidentally watched 8 minutes of it or something. It came on after I was watching something on Prime, and I just was watching it, and I was like, "This is kind of interesting because it's psychological show, territory." And it became really interesting, and then it became must watch TV for me. I'm only 2.5 episodes in, but it is the Squid Game idea where what will people do for each other with the idea of money for each other with their idea of it. What will they do with the idea of their integrity behind them? And it's a really interesting and there's 1,000 human contestants to start.
Wow. All right.
And there's a $5 million prize for the winner, but there's also giant incentives along the way to fuck each other over. Including a scene where there are 4 people competing for $1 million, but they are incentivized not to take it and not to spoil anything. But you'd be surprised by the result. I suggest if you have Prime, watch Mr. Beast's Beast Games. It's actually a really interesting human study.
Okay.
Go ahead, Bob.
So in the 8 or 9 days I had completely off over break, I watched about 25 movies. 25 movies. I logged them all. So I'm not going to list 25 movies. I'm going to list one of my favorites. It came out this year called Heretic. Came out in 2024.
Yeah.
Hugh Grant stars and steals the fucking show.
Okay.
In this super suspenseful, religiously inspired horror drama comedy movie. It's only comedy, and that the dialogue they give Hugh Grant to read is just really well done. I loved it. I will probably likely never rewatch it because it was suspenseful, and now I know all the turns. I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But Hugh Grant's line delivery and acting is superb.
Okay.
And I might even, if I rewatch it, it's just to watch him work. He's that good.
Wow.
Okay.
And and I'm not usually a big Hugh Grant guy.
Yeah.
Never have been. Yeah.
Yeah. I heard good things about that though. That's on my short list, and I'll probably eventually get
I did
to
too.
it.
Yeah.
It's really good. I really enjoyed
Bob
it.
just bumped it up.
Yeah, that's a good one. And I saw a whole bunch of other ones. I'll probably spread them out because now that I'm not on break, I will have 0 days to watch movies. So I'll spread out my reviews. But I did on my weekend, my Amazon shift days. I get home around 8:45, 9 o'clock, make myself a gluten-free pizza, and then I sit up to digest for as long as I can stand it to stay awake. And I watch Mystery Science Theater 3000 episodes from the past.
Okay.
And it's my decompression time. And I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure if that show is actually really funny or if it just hits me as funny. But there is no laugh that comes out of my face more than an MST3K laugh. I find myself giggling so loudly watching these episodes. It's just so fucking funny.
For me, that's like Adult Swim when I was in finals when I was in college, because you're delirious, it's super late, it's absurd humor, and it just hits you at the right moment where even during waking hours after having watched it and thought it was funny, you're that's not that funny, but it was funny at the So,
it was really funny at the moment, and that's all I needed.
Yeah.
I can't find that laugh anywhere.
Yeah. Look inward, Chris. All right, I watched a bunch of stuff. Yeah. watch Primetime Glick with Martin Short.
Yes.
So
I'm sure that'll do it. But,
I watched a bunch of stuff, but there's one movie on Hulu I watched on a complete lark called Skinamarink.
Yeah,
you talked about that.
It's like an analog. It's
I
like,
remember when it came out. People were talking about it.
It's not analog horror. It's not found footage horror. But like basically, there's two little kids, and like you hear the father like murmuring on the phone, like one of them hit their head or something. You know, like, it's inconsequential.
Yeah.
And then like the parents are upstairs and the kids are watching TV downstairs, and then you're only seeing it from the perspective of like the glowing TV, like the ceiling corners and like the doors, and like doors in the house start disappearing, and the kids are like, let's push the couch against the hallway so no one can come and get us. And then they go upstairs and like the parents are like, look under the bed. And it's weird. There's like no real plot or even very much dialogue, but it is like, it conjures up the feeling of like mid-90s latchkey kid, Home Alone, nighttime, glowing TV. You heard something spooky, and it's the scariest fucking thing you've ever experienced at that point in your life. But like as a 36-year-old adult and father of children and productive member of society, I felt that way watching it. It's weird.
Yeah,
it's
cool.
It'll. I watched it on like Saturday. I'm still thinking about it. It's very well done. Very, very creepy, but very well done.
Cool.
Yeah. All right.
Nice.
All right, let's throw out the movie comparison.
I resign today as president of the bank.
Inconvenient truth. None of this makes sense. Let's just compare the movies. All right.
Double Down. Team 4.66 star. Nice team. Way to go. Theodore Rex, I won.
Yeah.
With a 4 star.
A paltry 4. Yeah.
Offensive minigame. Theodore Rex actually won that one, so we were tied up at 1-1.
Yep.
Dialogue. What's worse? Double Down or Theodore Rex?
Double Down. Objectively, Double Down has worse dialogue. It's more entertaining, but it's worse.
It is worse dialogue, yes.
Yeah, right. Fine. I think you're right. Continuity for production or uninspired lead?
Uninspired lead. Because you know what? As many continuity errors that Double Down had, like Neil Breen, like fucking brought it, dude. Like
he's trying.
He set out. He's sincerely trying, and I think that has more value to me.
He whipped it out. He put his balls on the water, and he showed us what he had.
Yeah.
And you know what? It wasn't just. Here's what an uninspired lead does. They are supposed to carry the movie.
Yeah.
And when you don't have someone carrying the movie ceases to have any kind of gravity. Like it's just everyone was kind of just floating out there doing their thing and nothing was coming together.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna agree with Rob. I think Theodore Rex was worse.
Yeah.
Both movies just had it floating out there.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Acting. What was worse? I guess Double Down.
Double Down. It has
probably.
Worse.
Yeah,
it does.
Double Down was worse.
More sincere, but worse.
What's the demerit for Theodore Rex? That's gonna matter. Make it
Dino-asides.
Dinoside.
Drove me Dino-asides.
Dinosaurologist. All that. Dino-aside.
It was my last catch-all about him constantly making these under the breath comments. I called them Dino-asides.
Dino-asides.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Okay, well,
I was thinking of the homicide. Yeah.
It works for both. So there you go.
Is that worse than ball sack tuna?
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
No, it's not.
It's not worse than ball sack tuna?
Yeah. I just in my car.
My father.
My father. Guys, my father.
Only Rob can get it right. He has the higher voice.
Yeah. He does.
That's
He's
our
funny.
what was that? Miami Connection episode at www.theworstmovieevermade.com.
Oh my god, that was one of the best movies we ever saw.
Yeah.
All right, so ballsack tuna beat out dinosides, right?
Yeah.
All right, so it's a 4-2 victory for Double Down. God damn it! I really thought we had a winner here.
Yeah. I mean, gun to head, I'd watch Double Down again. I would never watch Theodore Rex
I would
again.
too.
Yeah.
I would too. I'd rather watch Double Down.
Yeah.
That makes it 4-3 still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did we do a poll? I feel like we did.
We did. I lost. I was gonna do Attack of the Killer Donuts. I think you're the karate one that Bob. I forget what it's called.
Did it really?
Yeah, by a significant margin. By a somewhat significant margin.
I haven't looked since I voted.
Yeah,
Let's
me
take a
neither.
look.
Which is why I'm going to pull it up live. We're going to take a look at Instagram. I just don't have the thumbnail for Instagram anymore, and I
got
can't
it.
get a new one.
So I did Attack of the Killer Donuts that had 15%. Airborne, which I believe was your choice, Chris, was 38%, and Jim Cotta got 46%. That was Bob's pick.
Oh my god,
46% for Jim Cotta.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh
I really
my god.
wanted Airborne because it. God.
No, I watched this as a teenager, Jim Cotta, and it's unintentionally funny. But it's basically a gymnast that has to like fight ninjas.
Okay,
that's where Jim Cotta comes from.
That sounds hot.
That sounds
I can get behind that.
That sounds awesome.
That'll
Airborne
make my
is
oyster
Airborne,
moister.
I wanted Airborne because it was like a mid-90s rollerblading is cool movie with Jack Black. I just felt like them coming up with the like hackers terms for how cool rollerblading is. It has to have some of the best cringe comedy possible. So I thought it was perfect for the pod. Didn't win this week. It'll win hopefully some other week. That is why you should vote for Airborne next time you see it in the poll, and not like Killer Donuts or whatever, because they're not even.
Attack of the Killer Donuts was fantastic.
My memory of Jim Cotta, and this will come up, I'm sure, is some guy falls off like a suspended bridge, like down this big valley, and when he hits the ground, it makes like a cartoon sound, like the coyote just hit the ground.
Oh my god!
Nice.
Cannot wait for that.
And it was done in earnest. It wasn't done like as a joke.
Yeah. Well, I hope it beats Double Down because I don't know. I don't want Brain to just sweep 2 seasons. You know.
Yeah, what we should do next season is just do like back-to-back Breen until we get rid of his filmography, and then like it's over and done with. You know.
Yeah, and then we won't have to suffer through that for season 41.
Yeah. I promise for the next 2 weeks I won't put any Neil Breen on the poll.
Thanks, Rob. We appreciate
You're welcome.
that.
Yes.
I'm only going to put Airborne on it until it wins.
All right. Okay.
Which did not work for X and Sever or whatever. Ballistic X and Sever.
Yeah.
Which I hear is like the worst movie ever made, but we still haven't watched it because no one wants to watch it with us. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rob, why don't you plug us and throw it to Bob for his word, and then we'll say goodbye to Jelly School and all that.
You can find us at www.theworstmovieevermade.com. We are on Instagram. We are on TikTok. We post polls like we just talked about, and we post trailers and some really cool reels with clips from the movie that we cover on our episodes that you can find on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. We have a video feed on Spotify now. That was a nice overhaul, but like now they're all there as far back as they go. You can email us. If you go to www.theworstmovieevermade.com, we have all sorts of goodies, and all you have to do is click the buttons and subscribe and like us and give us attention and validate us for doing this, because after watching Theodore Rex, I only wake up to the sound of my own screams. Bob, what's your last word?
Dinosaurologist.
All right, guys. See you next week with Jim Cotta. Thanks for listening.
Bye, Jelly School. Bye, Jelly School. Thanks, Schmave.
This is where I take off my in-ears, right? Like this?
Yeah.
I can't hear you while I'm switching them over.
Oh, I said, yeah.
Oh, much better. There you go. I can hear you guys again.
All right, Jim Carter coming in hot. I found a few copies.
Hell yeah. All right, guys. We will see you next week. Let's get Jelly School out of here. Bye, Jelly School.